I feel like I am failing so badly right now. Every time I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and things start looking up, it literally blows up right in my face and I end up so discouraged. I'm so tired of asking God, when is this going to be over? When am I finally going to get that clarity that I need? And I'm just ready to throw in the towel. Hey guys, my name is Dami and I'm a faith-based content creator with a passion for helping all the women, college students, and believers like myself grow in our walk with the Lord. So, like I've mentioned, I am done, y'all. I'm so over all of it. I am so tired of waking up every single day, setting out my plans, and literally feeling like I failed at the end of the day. Like I didn't get enough done, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, or things just didn't go my way. And even when I feel like this, I've still been trying to be optimistic and, tell myself that it's a new day, God has a plan, but no. So I honestly felt like throwing in the towel and just being done. But y'all, God came through. And since then, I've been able to get the encouragement that I need to keep going because y'all, he does have a plan. So today I'm going to share with you the same powerful mindset shift that God has revealed to me that has kept me going, even with all the uncertainty that I'm facing right now. So first of all, let me ask you a question. What has you down bad right now? What is making you discouraged and making you want to quit? And this question is really important because oftentimes the answer is not just one thing. It's usually a series of things or multiple things that are compiled on top of each other and usually making us want to quit. For me, it's been a multitude of stress and feeling like I'm not doing so well and juggling all the responsibilities that I have. And of course, just literally feeling the weight of all of it. But on top of that, I feel like I'm losing at my relationship with the Lord. I feel like I don't feel him as close these days. And, I'm having trouble hearing his voices clearly. So what specifically are you struggling with? What do you feel like is making you discouraged? What do you feel like you're losing at? Comment down below what it is and let me know what that final straw was for you as well. Now, this next part is gold. Now that you know exactly what is discouraging you, this is why you need to keep going. It's because of this one verse that says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in needs, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong." So if you didn't just feel a bunch of pressure come off your shoulders, let me explain. We are weak, okay? By default, because of our sinful natures as human beings, we are weak. We are going to be weak. And of course, we see this weakness manifest and play out in different ways, depending on, our lives, our context, our circumstances. And for me, it's feeling like I failed by wasting my time, by doing things I'm not supposed to be doing, and by repeating the same, mistakes that I keep trying to overcome. For you, that may look a little different, but the bottom line is that we are weak, okay? But where we can find hope in that is the fact that God is not. When you're thinking about who God is, when you're really trying to understand the gravity of the Lord, like, you really think that God's grace, like who he is, isn't sufficient for us tiny human beings, like as small as we are? Of course it is. So when God says his grace is sufficient, please remember like who we are talking about, who we're dealing with. But that's not all, because where we can also find hope is the fact that God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. And a problem you can have is if you don't understand the gravity of that. I need you to meditate on the word perfect. It's not partial or it's not okay or just enough. God's grace and his strength is made perfect in our weakness. I mean, isn't that unbelievable? So when you're going about your day to day and you're caught up with your weaknesses as a human being, because by default you are a sinful creature, it is expected that you are going to be weak and that you're going to fail at some point in your life. And when you're surrounded by that, you need to remember that God's strength is made perfect in that. You are just only like experiencing one piece of this pie. You're experiencing the weakness, but you have yet to experience God's perfection in that weakness. And that is going to come if you just keep going. But to quickly add to that, it's also not our job as human beings to try to ration what that perfection looks like. We need to remember that we can only conceptualize so much and our logic is flawed. So us trying to go down a path of trying to ration what God's perfection could look like could lead you down a path of ultimately trying to micromanage your life and creating a destiny for yourself that is nowhere near like God's actual plan for your life. So remember that God's perfection is literally going to blow your mind, but it's not your job to try to figure that out yet. It's simply your job to be faithful and to remember that he is perfect in your weakness. So while you are struggling with your insecurities or struggling with, your current circumstances, God's perfection will be sufficient for that. Just stay encouraged and draw near to the Lord. Remember that his timing is perfect. Okay. So when he does finally reveal what his strength can do in your own life, in your own weaknesses, that timing is going to come at a perfect time. So tying this all together, it is okay if you are weak, or if you are losing, or if you are discouraged, or if you feel like nothing is going your way. It is okay. While it wasn't God's original design for us to feel this way and for us to be this way, because of sin coming in and tainting things, it is okay because he is still sufficient, and his strength is made perfect in all of this, in all of our weaknesses. So as you are diligently battling your trials and tribulations, please just remember that God has a plan for you, and everything that you're dealing with right now, it is nothing compared to his perfection. Okay, it's nothing that he can't handle. So stay encouraged. Okay, this will not be your reality forever. All that's happening is the devil being threatened by your power when God is on your side. So if you really believe that God is the strongest out of the two, then stay encouraged. Comment down below what's discouraging you right now, and thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you later.